Whenever I say I'm a member of the inaugural class of NYU Shanghai, everyone's like, wow. That wow consisted with all kind of emotions. There's so much story to tell. Oh my God, there's so many.
I was part of the first class, and 10 years down the road now, and when it's 50 years down the road, I was part of the first class, so it was such a unique opportunity.
Looking back, I certainly think it's the best decision I've made.
My entirety was embraced by the campus and the people there.
If I had just kind of stayed in the States and went to uni here, I would be a completely different person, because going to Shanghai, I was just exposed to so many different people and such a different kind of life.
Living in Shanghai was invaluable in terms of helping me understand the extraordinarily resilient and adaptable culture and community.
You have the super modern, high-tech, New York-style areas, and then you have the very traditional areas and going a little bit outside the city. It's an experience that you keep yourself for life.
There are a lot of cynical people out there who didn't really believe in this ideal of a Sino-American joint venture. NYU Shanghai was a little bit of a pioneer in that sense. A lot of people had a lot of questions about, what is this school and how is it related to NYU New York? Are the students going to get the same kind of education and all of that?
It's still a very new school. It's not a school that has 200 years of history. When I initially took the offer, yeah, some people thought I was crazy because I was originally committing to go to NYU Stern first, but then when I came here for the admitted students weekend, I ended up changing my mind sort of last minute. It was just like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be part of something special. You not only get your traditional education, your a really strong liberal arts degree at NYU Shanghai, you also get even more experiences that no one else could say that they got.
It was exciting to be a part of the experiment, to participate in the development of the school and the growing of the school.
I don't think I would be comfortable running for a position in student government if I had just gone to a regular Chinese university. I really wanted to be a part of something just bigger than myself, right? Building this institution from scratch, building up all these traditions and leaving the sort of legacy to the future generation. I think that's also why we share this sense of camaraderie.
I found a lot of travel opportunities really around the world and many other places within China, which I would have never imagined myself going to. These opportunities were uniquely available because of NYU Shanghai's global outreach.
I was fortunate to study away in New York and also in London and really craft a major that actually meant something to me, because I wanted to graduate from NYU Shanghai having a really informed understanding and using all of the opportunities that were presented to me.
I'm always a lover of this kind of inclusive and very open culture, and I believe that NYU Shanghai would help me to become someone I want to be.
It was more than community, it was family. And I think what distinguished it was that people actually supported and cared, and it transcended just everyone being in this one place, but it was somewhere where I really developed some of the best relationships of my life with people. You walk through the halls and you knew everyone's name, and people would stop and say hello and ask for your viewpoint and check in on how you were.
I was impressed by how truly diverse we were at NYU Shanghai. There wasn't a sense of majority versus minority. Everyone contributes a very special piece. That means everyone was also indispensable, and together we made the community that's truly unique.
Family essentially are people you know, friends, classmates, faculty, staff, and I would say this kind of friendship and connection really last longer than our time at NYU Shanghai. Now you have friends all
I'm really happy that NYU Shanghai has continued to their 10th anniversary. You know, this experiment is alive and well.
Congratulations to my dear NYU Shanghai, and I'll forever miss Central Avenue, but I believe the community is just gonna grow even more vibrant.
I hope that NYU Shanghai will continue as a school for people from all over the world to live together, study, and to do research.
I would love my kids to go there, you know, in the future.
Actually, I was thinking about applying PhD at NYU Shanghai. It's kind of homecoming for me.
It marks 10 years of friendship to 10 years of success.
We joke about make the world your major, but I think that's very true in terms of what NYU Shanghai is trying to achieve.
We're a lot more alike than we are different. So I think there's a great power in that, but also a responsibility. But it also shows just how powerful it can be when you have alumni that can come together, change their worldviews, and then hopefully go on to shape the world and the policies to come.
如果你只允许我用一个词来形容上纽大，我想探索，与众不同的。
Transformative. The essence of the world in one university.
Eclectic. 第一个想到的实际上就是一个新字，这个一切都是新的。Audacious.
Exciting.
Popular driven.
光彩夺目。
真正无与伦比。
Is idealistic.
我觉得是开放。
天下无双吧。丰富。一幢楼的学校，其实它的丰富度是跨时空。
Possibility, I would say.
我会把学习作为一个乐器。
Nimble.
Experience.
I think it'll be like home.
I believe it's synergy.
Diverse.
信心。
Unicorn. Colorful. 连接的
Community. Global citizen.
就是桥梁。
以人为本，就是 open.
Innovative.
Family.
衷心的祝福上海纽约大学能够真正的成为一所世界有影响力的大学，能够为人类文明和社会进步做出应有的贡献。衷心祝福上海纽约大学。
Congratulations to everybody at NYU Shanghai.
上海纽约大学能够保持住自己的独特性，坚持质量标准，早日成为一流的研究型大学。
Congratulations to the entire NYU Shanghai community. It is because of you that we are celebrating this special milestone.
Congratulations, NYU Shanghai, on the achievement of our 10th anniversary.
祝上纽大在风风雨雨当中更加茁壮的成长。
And I look forward to celebrating in another 10 years at the 20th anniversary celebration.
We made it this far, and we will be better tomorrow.
So we've started our first step. Every step we need to have conviction, courage, and belief in our vision and our mission.
上海纽约大学生日快乐！
上纽大生日快乐，未来可期！
祝上海纽约大学10周年快乐！
上海纽约大学，恭喜我们做到了！
希望在新的10年里面，我和上海纽约大学能够共同成长。
Congratulations to NYU Shanghai.
Congratulations, NYU Shanghai.
It's amazing that we made it. Congratulations, NYU Shanghai.
Congratulations, especially to the leadership and people who were involved in the early days setting up.
Congratulations, NYU Shanghai, for your 10th anniversary. I look forward to the next 10 years.
Congratulations, NYU Shanghai.
Congratulations, NYU Shanghai.
我们永远为你骄傲。Go Violet.
Great promise you become good luck.
Congrats 10th anniversary and happy birthday.
I think the experiment is going really well and look forward to the next 10 years.
Joyeux anniversaire NYU Shanghai.
上海纽约大学祝你生日快乐。
In the future, I wish our NYU Shanghai in a flagship to lead global community of education and research.
Happy 10th anniversary, NYU Shanghai.
我们期待上纽大下一个更好的10年。
Congratulations, NYU Shanghai.
Happy 10th anniversary. 亲爱的上海纽约大学，真心的祝贺你10周岁的生日，也希望你在未来的10年以及更多的10年，越来越成熟，越来越有魅力。Happy birthday.
So here we are 10 years later. Congratulations. What you've done has exceeded anything we could have dreamt. as this was in formation. You've done it. Don't get overconfident. Keep at it, so that when we get to the 25th anniversary,
女士们、先生们，请欣赏上海纽约大学2023届毕业生风采短片。
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to play a video in honor of the NYU Shanghai class of 2023.
Congratulations, class of 2023.
We are so special because we are a class of 2023.
祝贺同学们，我们毕业了。
祝贺我们毕业了。我们毕业了。
我们毕业了。
我们毕业了。
I was always interested by China and I wanted to learn more about Chinese culture.
Before entering NYU Shanghai, I wasn't sure about what I was going to do. NYU Shanghai gives me the freedom and support to help me navigate throughout this process.
上海的文化的环境和美食都非常有特色。
NYU Shanghai allows me to connect with different people and spaces.
Shanghai is such a huge city. Way bigger than I could comprehend when I first got here.
I had the chance to visit NYU Shanghai at an open house, and I got my mind blown. Within one day, I made up my mind, like, this is the place I want to go after graduation.
Coming to NYU Shanghai was no small decision. At that time that I came to NYU Shanghai, I had never lived away from home. But through this experience, I learned to meet new friends and become more independent, and through that, I was able to adapt and overcome.
One of the best experiences I had at NYU Shanghai was when I was living at Jingzhou in the dorms, and me and my roommates and all the floor mates would get around, do some hot pot, and eat together and talk about life. 大一第一学期是我最难忘的一个学期，所有同学像一个大家庭一样去上课，去互相帮助。但是因为疫情，我们不得不分隔两地的状态去上课。但是我们互相帮助和善意，是我这4年最难忘的。
I think the class of 2023 has had the hardest hand. It's been the most challenging class to come through this university. It's a really special thing that everyone here was able to get to where we are.
During the pandemic, I did go local. So I did that at NYU DC and NYU New York for a few semesters. And then I also studied away at NYU Tel Aviv, Paris, and Madrid. When I was in Tel Aviv, I had an internship working at a refugee education nonprofit. But yeah, it was a wonderful experience. During my study experiences, I think it's not just the studying on campus, but also the connection with the place, the city, the landscape itself that's really meaningful to me.
The pandemic was challenging, but it never defeated me. It prompted me to think about what it means to be global responsibility, and it motivates me to pursue an international career path where I want to make a global impact.
Singing has been a really, really big part of my life, and I knew when I joined college, I still wanted to keep singing when I heard about a cappella class. So I wanted to join. It's really nice to be able to sing regularly.
For the past 4 years, I think NYU Shanghai truly offered me a full stage and space for me to explore my passion.
People are different, and especially cultures are different, and like many things I do in a way that like are logical to me, and not everyone sees the world the same way I do.
I think it really comes down to the professor that you get and how passionate they are and how great at communicating they are. Something you only get with this school, I think. In my time here, I was able to study Chinese, German, Arabic, Hebrew. So this was truly the tangible educational experience that I'll carry with me throughout my entire life.
I really learned a lot from working on campus. I think it enhances my hard and soft skills, but most importantly, enhances my bonding with the NYU Shanghai community that I will miss a lot in the future. I would definitely say that I become more open-minded. 2 years ago, I held 2 calligraphy workshops for international students during the Spring Festival.
and they invited me to write the 10th anniversary title. I am really proud of this.
Our class is definitely really special, and it's been really special to see everyone go through so many facets of life in so many different countries and really make the world their major.
I think there's a few things I am very proud of over these past 4 years, but probably what I'm proud about the most is my relationship with peers and faculty and staff. I think that these connections that I've formed, not just with friends, but also colleagues, will really stay with me.
I think it was a great decision. I don't regret anything about it. I love Shanghai. I want to live here for a few years more.
Class of 2023. I think of resilience, I think of creativity, and I think of solidarity. How many times, guys, did we have to pack and unpack our bags, travel the world, flee COVID, to actually fulfill our dream?
从前端出发，让世界
成为我们的课堂。
我们新属上海。
We are Shanghai. We are Shanghai.
We are Shanghai.
We are Shanghai. 常回家看看。
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 We are NYU Shanghai. We're NYU Shanghai.
We are NYU Shanghai.
女士们、先生们，欢迎参加上海纽约大学2023届本科生毕业典礼。让我们一起热烈欢迎上海纽约大学2023届毕业生入场。
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NYU Shanghai's 2023 commencement ceremony. Please join us in welcoming NYU Shanghai's graduating class of 2023.
女士们、先生们，接下来入场的是上海纽约大学的教授代表，让我们热烈欢迎。
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the faculty representatives of NYU Shanghai.
女士们、先生们，接下来入场的是主席台成员，包括上海纽约大学领导、纽约大学领导、学生代表、演讲嘉宾以及嘉宾代表，让我们热烈欢迎。
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the platform party, including the leadership of NYU Shanghai, New York University, student representatives, our guest speakers, and distinguished guests.
女士们、先生们，让我们以热烈的掌声，有请上海纽约大学校长童世俊先生、常务副校长雷蒙先生，开启上海纽约大学2023届本科生毕业典礼。
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome NYU Shanghai's Chancellor Tong Shijun and Vice Chancellor Jeffrey Lehman to open the 2023 commencement ceremony.
各位同学、各位家长、女士们、先生们，欢迎大家来到上海纽约大学2023届本科生毕业典礼 的现场。
We welcome you all to these commencement ceremonies at which we recognize the 2023 graduates of NYU Shanghai.
全体起立，奏中华人民共和国国歌。
Please remain standing for the national anthem of the United States of America. Be seated. Please welcome the Provost of NYU Shanghai, Joanna Whaley Cohen.
Wow. Chancellor Tung, President Hamilton, President-designate Mills, Vice-Chancellor Lehman, friends, colleagues, parents, ladies and gentlemen, salute with me our great students of the class of 2023. Dear students, on behalf of the whole NYU Shanghai community, from the bottom of my heart, I offer you congratulations upon your graduation. We are really, really proud of you for getting to this glorious moment. During your time as NYU Shanghai students, you have learned a lot in terms of knowledge, in terms of skills, and in terms of the values that will guide you as you move forward in life. Yes, you've done it. You've made it. You've got there. But I want to speak to you today less about the past, about all that you have achieved, and more about the future, a future that right now you can only imagine. For imagination, the ability to think about what you do not know, and to be continuously creative and resourceful, is what will power you through your lives in whatever direction you take. And as we've been saying to you all this time, imagination is also the foundation of creativity. The great physicist Albert Einstein once famously observed that imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited to all we know and understand, while imagination embraces the entire world and all there ever will be to know and understand. Imagination is not something limited by culture or education. It is not specifically Chinese or Western or Southern or Northern or anything else. It is everywhere, Everyone possesses it, and everyone should exercise it to the utmost. Over the past few months, imagination has featured frequently in conversations both here at NYU Shanghai and around the world in two completely different contexts that I would like to suggest to imagine that are in fact quite closely linked in unexpected ways. The first context has to do with the great camphor tree that now flourishes in our courtyard and the connectedness of living beings, both humans and plants. As many of you know, this tree, which is 80 or 100 years old or more, was born and grew up in Fuzhou, Jiangxi, and from there, to save it and thousands of its friends from a flooding project, it was moved about 20 years ago to Minhang on the outskirts of Shanghai. Who could have imagined so many mature trees being literally uprooted and moving to a new home like that? And most of them survived. Who could have imagined such a thing? When a generous supporter, the person who saved those trees, offered us a tree for our new campus, this was the one that we chose. And last fall it was uprooted again and moved by the same team of nurserymen that had accompanied it from its old home 20 years earlier and have taken care of it ever since. The tree was heaved up out of the ground by two gigantic cranes and gently placed on a huge truck that brought it over to our campus in the dead of night when there wasn't much traffic, and replanted in our courtyard the very next day. To keep it company, a number of other smaller trees have been planted nearby, and that is what I want to talk about. Most people know that plants cross-fertilize, but we are now starting to learn about what is sometimes called the wood wide web, the vast network of sociability that links plants in ways both seen and unseen, above and below ground, through their sensory capabilities and also through their roots and through intricate, complex fungal networks. Plants and trees, for example, can share nutrients. They can use chemicals and scents to alert each other to potential dangers. They help one another out in countless ways we might not readily imagine. Indeed, who could have imagined such a thing? Who could have imagined not only a massive tree being moved like that, not once but twice, but also who could have imagined what turns out to be the sociability and perhaps even consciousness of trees, that they thrive best with others around them, and that they communicate with one another and with other plants as well. At a minimum, this should get our imaginative selves thinking about connectedness, about the hidden web of help that sustains us through life, and about the ways we can help others in ways seen and unseen, and about the inspirational possibilities that come from what we don't know but might, if we let ourselves, be able to imagine. What, for instance, can the tree itself imagine? Now, all of this brings to mind something else that everyone is talking about, and that is the large language model best known as ChatGPT. What does ChatGPT have to do with imagination, or, for that matter, with an ancient tree? ChatGPT is a probability distribution over sequences of words that is trained using massive amounts of data. Imagination does not figure in to how it functions, but imagination and a reach for the unknown do figure in to humans working out how to use large language models most effectively. For example, ChatGPT always sounds very authoritative, but how do we know that it's actually right? When we assess its response to a question we pose to it, we also have to use not only our knowledge, what we know, but our imagination, what we could know, to gauge the accuracy and usefulness of the response in order to use it to our advantage without getting led astray. We have probably all seen examples of extraordinary, right-on-point ChatGPT responses, and we have probably all seen examples of subtly incorrect responses. The one that said that I had won a prestigious prize that I never won, although I would have liked to have done, or the one that correctly identified an actual work of art but misidentified its location, for instance, or that gave convincing-sounding scholarly references that turn out not to exist. But we should not reject ChatGPT for sometimes being mistaken or misleading. As long as we are open to it and use our imagination, we can partner with AI, not to do our work for us, but to foster our own creativity, by letting it act as a source of inspiration, leading us towards a whole new world of extraordinary possibilities. So on the one hand, a tree, an ancient tree, literally rooted in the past, and on the other hand, the very latest advances in artificial intelligence that many people have called a turning point towards the future in human society. Where do their paths cross? Nature and technology, past and future. Can we imagine what they might conceivably have in common? I will in fact leave that to your imagination, but I want to conclude by sharing parts of a commencement speech that ChatGPT wrote for you at my request in the style of Treebeard, the tree-like creature or Ent in Lord of the Rings. Greetings, young saplings and fresh shoots. I am Treebeard, shepherd of the forests and protector of all that is green and growing. In this world of steel and stone, where the hustle and bustle of the city can sometimes make us forget the importance of nature, we must remember the true value of trees. Trees are not just plants. They are living, breathing beings that provide us with the air we breathe, the shade we seek, and the beauty we admire. In my forests in Middle Earth, my kin and I watched as the world changed, as the forces of industry threatened to destroy the natural balance, but we stood firm, rooted in the earth, and with the help of our allies, we fought back against the forces of destruction. And so I urge you, dear graduates, be like the trees. Let your roots go deep, your branches reach high, and your hearts be filled with the spirit of the forest. In this world of constant change and uncertainty, remember that the trees are always watching, always listening, and always growing. Let them be your guides and your mentors, and may their wisdom inspire you to be the best version of yourself. So, young saplings and fresh shoots, may the blessings of the tree be upon you always. Congratulations on your commencement from NYU Shanghai, and may your journey ahead be filled with joy, wonder, and a deep connection to one another and to the natural world. Class of 2023, this is me speaking, as you imagine a bright future and how you will contribute to it. Congratulations. It is my distinct honor to introduce to you the President of New York University, Andrew Hamilton.
Thank you very much, Provost Whaley Cohen. Chancellor Tong, Vice-Chancellor Laban, distinguished guests, colleagues, family, friends, and most of all, the outstanding, the amazing NYU Shanghai class of 2023. Congratulations to you all. Well done. Now my wife Jenny, who is with me, we are accompanied by my successor, Professor Linda Mills. We are here all of the way from New York. We are here all of the way from New York, horribly jet-lagged, but still very, very happy and enthusiastic to be with you all on this special day. We bring greetings from the entirety of NYU to you all, graduating students and families. We are thrilled to be with you on this glorious day, this very special afternoon in your lives. It may be raining, it may be wet outside, but let me tell you, the sun is shining in this room. The sun is shining as I look out at all of you, our graduating NYU students, because the future is bright, because of the role that you will all play in that future. And I am particularly happy, as I know all of you are too, to be here the first time that our entire NYU Shanghai community is gathering in person since the COVID pandemic began, our first graduation ceremony since 2019 in Shanghai. And so it is such a pleasure. And let me tell you, NYU Shanghai is thriving. What an institution you are. What an amazing year you have had. NYU and Shanghai reached a new milestone in its history, opening that magnificent new campus, which nearly doubles the capacity of the previous campus. It provides such amazing academic space, performance space, and yes, athletic space as well, to create the fully rounded student that we know, you all know we are committed to. We are so proud of NYU Shanghai's faculty as well. Nearly two dozen NYU Shanghai faculty were awarded prestigious academic recognition and awards and scholarships in China this year, as well as abroad. 2 of your NYU Shanghai undergraduate courses, including blockchain, cryptocurrency, and money, taught by Professor Ilaf Ilad, and natural language processing, taught by Professor Wilson Tam, were awarded a very prestigious recognition from the Shanghai Municipal Education Commission. They were awarded first-class ranking for undergraduate courses. This is only the second time that NYU Shanghai's professors have been recognized in this way. Your faculty are amazing teachers. And this year, it was wonderful to see Weiwei Wang, Associate Professor of Practice of Economics, and also Undergraduate Coordinator of Economics, as well as Stephen Eams, who's Clinical Associate Professor of English. Both of them were awarded NYU Shanghai's Excellence in Teaching Award, a very special award for them because it was recognition by students and faculty for outstanding teaching and mentorship. And as I look out at all of you graduating seniors, I see excellence in so many different ways. To see NYU Shanghai students continuing to excel in a remarkably competitive academic environment. We see our graduates earning important fellowships, important grants, important scholarships, like the Knight Hennessy Scholarship or the Fulbright Award, and it's thrilling that we have recipients in the class this year. This is a truly remarkable institution, but at its heart are you, its students. When I look at NYU Shanghai, when I look out at the sea of violet that I see in front of me today, I see a student body that is compelled by a global outlook. You are connecting with the world in truly powerful ways. You are a student body that thrives on learning through differences. And through this period that you've had at NYU Shanghai, and some of you in many other parts of the global network, you have much to be proud of. You have navigated and excelled in your studies during an incredible, an unprecedented, a remarkable time of upheaval that has required your flexibility, your resilience, and your grace. As you go out into the world, as you leave NYU Shanghai this afternoon, perhaps for the last time, hopefully coming back often to visit us, but as you go out into the world and take that next step, I know you will draw often on the knowledge that you have received over these past years at NYU Shanghai, but you'll also draw on your inherent talent and your drive. But let me tell you something else. In the future, you will draw often on the great strength of the NYU Shanghai community. It is a young community, but it is a growing community, and you will see connections around the world with your fellow NYU Shanghai graduates. You will draw on all of these things to make a difference in the world wherever your path leads you. Now, I'm sure you all realize that today is a rather bittersweet day for me, because this will be the last time that I address the NYU Shanghai graduating class. I step down from the president's role and I hand the baton over to Linda in a couple of months' time. But it has been, for me, a truly wonderful graduation season. Shanghai is the 17th of 18 graduation ceremonies that I've presided at. We have one more to go in Abu Dhabi on Wednesday. But we have been through all of the different schools at NYU, across to Brooklyn for the School of Engineering. I have to tell you that this farewell tour that I'm on is making me feel like an aging rock star. And here I'm on the international leg of my rock tour. But when I look out at all of you, I see so much to keep my energy level high, to keep me enthusiastic about the future, because NYU Shanghai graduates, you are the future. And as I said at the beginning, the future is bright. So do know that each and every one of you, as you go out into the world, you take with you the very best wishes of Jenny and me and President-designate Mills. But as the president of NYU, and I will not be able to say that for much longer, as the president of NYU, I speak on behalf of the entire community. And I want to tell you, every single one of you graduating from NYU Shanghai this afternoon, you take with you the immense pride of the entire NYU community. Class of 2023, NYU Shanghai graduates, many congratulations to you all and well done. Now it's my very great pleasure to ask you to turn your attention to greetings from my friend, my colleague, and my boss, Bill Berkeley, the chair of the NYU Board of Trustees. Bill himself is a 1966 NYU Stern School of Business graduate, and it's a pleasure to now hand over the stage to Mr. Berkeley.
Hello, I'm Bill Berkeley, chair of the NYU Board of Trustees, as well as a proud NYU alumnus. The Board of Trustees and I have watched the progress of NYU Shanghai with great pride. You've supported a growing tradition of undergraduate and graduate programs built on a strong liberal arts foundation, including groundbreaking research centers and a unique, close-knit campus community that brings together students and perspectives from all over the world. And all this in just a decade. These accomplishments would not be possible without the dedication of NYU Shanghai's world-class faculty and administrators, the superb leadership of Chancellor Tang and Vice Chancellor Lehman, and the ongoing support of our partners in China, particularly in Shanghai. Class of 2023, you represent the best of the NYU Shanghai tradition. Today marks a significant and well-earned milestone in your lives. Your achievements are extraordinary, and you will forever be bonded by your experience as a class attending a remarkable university during extraordinary and ever-challenging times. I congratulate you on your hard work, your persistence, and flexibility as the times demanded, and your admirable capacity to engage with one another across your diverse backgrounds. You enter a world that needs your talents and your understanding of the value of an open mind and generous spirit more than ever. You are about to join another illustrious group, the community of 600,000 fellow NYU alumni around the world. I hope that being a part of this dynamic university will bring you as much pride and satisfaction throughout your life as it has brought to me. To you, NYU Shanghai class of 2023, best wishes and my warmest congratulations.
Please welcome our Assistant Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs,
David Pei.
Chancellor Tong, Vice Chancellor Lehman, Provost Whaley Cohen, President Hamilton, distinguished guests, and the proud graduates of 2023. It is my distinct honor to present our two student speakers. Our first speaker, Sun Yunzhe, grew up in China between Beijing and Hunan Province. She graduates with a major in neuroscience and a minor in data science with a focus on artificial intelligence. She comes from a family of educators and describes herself as a brain artist, combining her passions and interests for neuroscience, arts, and education. She'll be pursuing a master's in neuroscience and education at Columbia University in the fall. Our second student speaker, William Matthew Dreesen, hails from St. Louis, Missouri, and graduates with a double major in social science in the international relations track and advanced global China studies, with also double minors in Chinese language and philosophy. William returned to China at the end of fall of 2020 when we were able to bring back our first group of international students and has remained in China for the past 6 semesters, diving deeper into the culture and language. This fall, Will be going to law school with plans to return to China in the future. Let's welcome Yunzhe.
President Hamilton, Chancellor Tong, Vice Chancellor Lehman, respected faculty, distinguished guests, and the fellow members of Class of 23 around the world, welcome. Finally, here we are. Under the cloud of COVID-19, we could stand in our new Bang campus, excitedly announce that we are graduating. We showed our resilience with faith and went through 4 years of ups and downs together. The moment that motivated me to write these words was when my mom said, 上了 NYU Shanghai 后，你变化好大. You changed a lot after you went to NYU Shanghai. I was shocked for a few seconds and replied, No, Mom, I didn't change at all. I'm just exploring myself. I'm just trying to figure out who I am and never hesitate to do what I believe in. And yeah, NYU Shanghai provides me with the ability to develop both interest and personality because of the critical thinking and the attitude of inclusiveness it cultivates. Who am I? Who am I? I always dreamed of being a scientist who studies how the brain works, especially the emotions. I experience mania, I'm depressed, I feel warmed. So many emotions squeeze in this tiny brain, and I wonder how emotions are generated. To achieve this goal, I planned out a perfect 4-year academic plan. Then we all know what happened. The COVID disrupted my plan totally, and my journey at NYU Shanghai turned into a different direction. Many of us ended up on a different global study site than we had planned. So did I. Due to the nature of NYU Shanghai, I believe that at some point, all of us have all landed in a new city, country, or even culture. My friend joked that we are international orphans. We might not know who to trust. We might face a discrimination. 哟，你瞧那有个老外 or go back to our country. However, just make the word your major says. We strive to adapt to new environment, learn new languages, and make new friends. After 4 years, Shanghai is not solely the financial hub. It is a balance of beauty between the old and the modern along the Huangpu River. It's a bizarre feeling of in-between cities. And it is a solidarity during the lockdown in February 2022. Abu Dhabi is not solely the simple symbol of richness and oil. It is a kind and diverse city where a little girl in black gown, blinking her eyes, asked me, can we be friends? At New York, even a taxi driver in Beijing asked me with curiosity, New York is really dangerous, right? However, I saw the charming part of New York. This city inclusively embraces almost everyone, and this inclusive spirit extends to NYU, extends to the global study sites around the world. As senior student, we are all used to burying ourselves with completing projects, looking for internships, and planning the futures. Nevertheless, in the darkest moment, it is our peers who have our backs, such as when I lived in New York alone and applied for the graduate program. My friend hugged me and said, "We are family. We always support each other." I was speechless and crying. When looking back, I still have no words to express my gratitude. Then I heard a voice talking to me in my brain. "How ironic, silly girl. You want to study emotions, but didn't even admit, accept, and give the deepest, the most powerful, intricate value of humanity, love." Now I know what love is from my neuroscience classes. By definition, it can be a sense of security through social interaction and connection, formed by the releasing of neurochemicals, such as oxytocin from the hypothalamus and the dopamine from the amygdala. Aside from this scientific part, it was at NYU Shanghai where I experienced that love can truly eliminate the difference between genders, ages, countries, races, religions, and cultures. No matter what I will pick as my career, no matter what kind of life I will lead in the future, I will always keep the value of love in mind. This is my love philosophy that I learned from NYU Shanghai. I'm sure yours are thoughtful and splendid. NYU Shanghai has given us a lens to know other cultures and even to better understand human beings. Everyone at NYU Shanghai has guided us in their own unique ways to learn and explore the unknown. Most importantly, thank you to all of the family and friends. Thank you for always supporting us. Class of 2023, I can't wait to see what we can create for the world. 以梦为马，不负韶华。
尊敬的 Hamilton 校长、Tong 校长、Lehman 副校长、教职员工、嘉宾、家人、朋友，尤其是我的2023届同学们，今天我们一起庆祝过去4年取得的所有成就。能够站在我的同学和教授们面前，我真的很荣幸。我对他们多年来为我个人、彼此以及我们年级所做的一切表示最深切的感谢。我想以一句非常适合这个场合的引言，在文言文：夫仁者，即欲立而立人，即欲达而达人。这是孔子在《论语》中对他的弟子子贡的回应。按照孔子的说法，充分发挥我们的潜能，意味着成为一个仁者。这不仅是为了获得个人的财富，更是为了以天下为己任，设身处地的为他人着想，乐于助人。2023届是最后一届在疫情爆发前就读的上海纽约大学学生，我也是在这4年中经历了最多艰辛的一届。我们这届学生拥有这些经历，毫无疑问，我们已经打开了通往个人卓越和仁爱的大门。首先，我们必须赞扬上海纽约大学这所让个人卓越之路成为可能的学校，它为我们提供了世界一流的教育，培养我们更加具有好奇心和责任感，并且最重要的是创造了一个深度参与的空间。我们学会了通过不同的视角看世界，在这个视角下没有界限，语言、文化和愿景是关键。本学年早些的时候，在我去北京的一次旅行中， 我突然领悟了这4年来我所经历的所有进步和发展，特别是我对汉语的掌握和对中国文化的适应。我认为这是最重要的。我们这些国际学生和中国学生都经历了学习外语、出国留学以及冒险去国外大学学习的过程。我有次坐上一辆出租车，司机是一位北京老大爷，他问了我一些外国人通常被问到的问题。然而在汽车结束时，司机说了一些真正打动我的话。他说：“你可能看起来和我们不一样，你可能来自不同的国家，但在我心中，你是个中华人，一个同胞。我们都曾以这样或那样的形式经历过这种的时刻，在与不同于我们的人的建立联系时，有那样一个时刻，这些不同并不重要。我们可以将人与人联系起来，展现我们最真实的自我。我们都拥有一个共同的愿景，一个将我们联系在一起的愿景，一个让我们兴奋不已的愿景，一个定义我们学校社区的愿景。这个愿景是全球性的，让来自世界各地不同背景的人们可以聚集在一起，进行合作，无需受到文化、种族或性别障碍的情况下进行合作。我们是这一愿景的守护者，并且具备在本世纪实现这一愿景的能力。我想用一个类比来描述我们的学校和社区的意义。请首先朗诵一首唐代最著名的诗人之一王维的诗作，标题是《辛夷坞》。木末芙蓉花，山中发红萼。近乎既无人，纷纷开且落。就像玉兰花一样，我们在这所学校度过仅4年的时光，我们在这儿成长并绽放出我们现在的学者风采。但我们就像花朵一样，我们会从我们的树上落下。当我们准备好的时候，我们会被风吹向人生的下一次冒险。很多人都知道，上海纽约大学的标志是一朵玉兰花，而玉兰树象征着坚韧和力量。因此，在包括中国文化在内的许多文化中，这棵树象征着永恒的联系。我们可以这样成为玉兰花的网络，散布在世界各地，追随着命运的轨迹。虽然我们可能离开了树，但我们都知道我们来自哪儿，那就是上海纽约大学。最后，2023届同学们、Hamilton 校长、童校长、Lehman 校长、教职员工以及所有让我的同学们能够在这所学校就读的家庭，感谢你们为我们所做的一切教导、安排和付出。你们为我们未来的成功做出了贡献，并打下了坚实的基础。We are Shanghai.
Wonderful speech. I'm very proud of our students. Distinguished guests, members of the class 2023, parents, colleagues, and everyone who has worked for the first cohort of NYU Shanghai students, graduates team from our newborn campus, and everyone who could luckily call each other 同学 over the last 4 years. Good afternoon and good commencement. You may be wondering why I use the Chinese word 同学, which literally means learning together. As far as I know, there seems to be no English word exactly expressing this meaning. When Cai Yuanpei, the legendary president of the Peking University of the 1910s and 1920s, invited Liang Shuming, one of the most important Chinese philosophers in my mind in the 20th century, to teach Indian philosophy at the Beida at the age of 25. Cai managed to persuade the hesitating Liang by saying this. He said, "You may well come to learn together with others. rather than to teach others. 你不要是当老师来教人，你当是来共同学习好了。Learning, of course, is different from teaching. But the best way to learn is to teach, in my view. And many of you, I'm pretty sure, are now particularly proud of at least one of your classroom presentations over the past 4 years. Learning is certainly also different from research. But the best way to learn is to do research. That's also my experience. That is why, I suppose, you all have known a typical NYU Shanghai professor would urge you to provide answers to academic questions as a result of your own reasoning, rather than results of searching on Wikipedia or talking with ChatGPT. Learning is naturally also different from other activities such as designing a building or running a business. But to some degree, the best way to learn is to be a practitioner, to be a university administrator, for example, especially if you want to better understand important concepts such as rationality and reasonableness, and the important difference between, for example, the ideas of moral justification and moral motivation, or between issues concerning what I'm supposed to do and what I'm going to do. Among the things I have hopefully learned most about here at NYU Shanghai, together with you, are concerned with particularly two questions. On the one hand, how to get the most out of the resources available to us. On the other hand, how to avoid turning our advantages into our disadvantages. Mentioning the rich resources available to us at NYU Shanghai, we may easily think of the online and offline academic resources of our school, including our wonderful new campus, including its wonderful facilities for science, sport, and art. These are certainly very precious and important resources. But the most important resource, in my view, is your unlimited potential for personal development you brought to us when you enter NYU Shanghai. The potential that has made the job of your professors and your adult 同学 so meaningful and so honorable. At this moment, when you are leaving your developmental stage as undergraduate students, their class of 2023, I urge you to do a great favor for the school and for me personally by continuing to make the most of this potential on your own after you leave this campus. Compare with the question of how to get the most out of the resources available to us. I'm even more concerned with the question of how to address the risk of our advantages being turned into disadvantages. If Goethe was right when he said, "Those who know nothing of foreign languages know nothing of their own." If Rousseau was right when he said, "Whoever has seen only one people does not know man. He knows only the people with whom he has lived." Or if Confucius was right when he said, "Is it not pleasant to have friends coming from afar?" The advantages of NYU Shanghai as a Sino-foreign collaborative university where students graduate fluent both in English and in Chinese, and where students spend their university lives together with their cheating fellows from countries all over the world, is almost next to none in helping a young person to become a citizen of the world rooted in his or her own cultural tradition. But this kind of advantage will not materialize automatically. Without the great efforts from all members of us, there will remain advantages in theory but not in practice. Being a student of an international school, for example, not to speak of being a student from other countries, can easily become an excuse for knowing too little about the school's host country or the local community. Similarly, being a student of an international school, not to speak of being a native student from a particular country, can easily become an excuse for knowing too little about the outside world. Theoretically speaking, an international school like NYU Shanghai was designed to help students to better understand both their native countries and their other parts of the world. Or borrow a phrase from John Stuart Mill, a British philosopher of the 19th century, to help students not to only know their own sides of the question. That's a quote from his very famous book on liberty. But again, an advantage in theory is not necessarily an advantage in practice. And in my role as the Chancellor of NYU Shanghai, if I have really learned something in these years, my duty is to do my best, together with my colleagues and all of my 同学 in the school, to turn our theoretical advantages into practical ones. And here is one more plea from me to you, my dear students of the class of 2023. I hope you will continue to do your best after this ceremony to show to yourselves as well as to other people that NYU Shanghai has successfully taught you how to make constant efforts to know better and better both sides of any relevant question, from both sides of the golden silver shield in the story, my favorite story, 金银盾, to both sides of those international affairs that are developing day and night and will affect every one of us and even every one of our fellow human beings in the future. Talking about the future of humanity, we can never exaggerate the importance of a school like NYU Shanghai as an international learning center, and the importance of a group of people like NYU Shanghai graduates as both the beneficiaries and the promoters of human learning at the international level. While in recent years, some people like to talk about that part of the human history where, I quote, 11 of 15 cases since 1500, the year of 1500, where a rising power emerged to challenge a ruling power, war occurred. I rather prefer to quote from another British philosopher, Bertrand Russell, who in the same book in which he predicted more than 1 century ago that China is capable of being the greatest power in the world after the United States. He had another kind of historical narrative. He said, contacts between different civilizations have often in the past proved to be landmarks in human progresses. Greece learned from Egypt, Rome from Greece, the Arabs from the Roman Empire, medieval Europe from the Arabs, and the Renaissance Europe from the Byzantines. That's his historical narrative, which I like best. Here, but Russell appears to be talking about a more or less one-way learning. But learning between different countries in our times does not need to be only one way. It can and should rather be mutual and reciprocal. The key point is this: from mutual and reciprocal learning processes, like the ones practiced and promoted here at NYU Shanghai, there comes no zero-sum game. I have to stop here. After all, at this moment, your learning experiences and your learning achievements should be the focus. All I want to share with you is, in addition to my most sincere congratulations, is my most sincere hope that you will have a future as lifelong learners and promoters of the lifelong learning for the people you have the honor to serve in the future, and that you will constantly prove the value of having studied at NYU Shanghai thereby. Thank you all for your attention. Thank you.
Members of the class of 2023, today is a day for celebration. After a challenging 4 years of undergraduate education, you are going out into a renewed and more hopeful world. I would like this afternoon to share with you 2 modest suggestions that might together be of some assistance as you greet the surprises that await you in the next chapter of your lives. My first suggestion is that you continuously expand your capacities for understanding and for innovation by reading literature recommended to you by people you love. Let me share a personal example. Before my mother passed away in 2019, she suggested I read a book called Angela's Ashes by Frank McCourt. My mother had been born to Irish Catholic parents in New York City. Frank McCourt had been born to Irish Catholic parents in New York City 2 years after my mother. While my mother grew up in New York, McCourt's family moved back to Ireland when he was 4 years old, and that is where he spent his childhood. Angela's Ashes is McCourt's memoir of those childhood years. He did not write it until he was in his 60s, and the book earned the Pulitzer Prize for biography and autobiography. Angela's Ashes is heavy with poverty, alcoholism, depression, disease, and death. But it is also light with songs and jokes, stories, religious faith, and community support. Reading that book transported me into a world that I had never experienced firsthand. But my mother's worldview had definitely been shaped by her Irish heritage, and the book gave me a new appreciation for that worldview and for my mother herself. After spending his childhood in Limerick, Ireland, Frank McCourt came back to the United States and studied at NYU. He then spent 30 years teaching English before he wrote Angela's Ashes, and he went on to write another memoir called "'Tis," in which he discussed the challenges he had faced as an NYU student. McCourt had been older and poorer than most of his NYU classmates. In Tis, he talks about how self-conscious he had been speaking English with an Irish accent. He talks about how self-conscious he felt, having been raised in a different culture from his American classmates. On his graduation day, Frank McCourt knew that his NYU education had changed him. The classes he had taken, the books he had read, and most of all, the classmates he had gotten to know. They had changed him so much that he would be writing books about his experience 3 decades later. Today, on your graduation day, I am confident that your NYU Shanghai experience has changed each of you. The classes you took, the books you read, and most importantly, the classmates you got to know who had grown up in different cultures from the one that you grew up in. Looking to the future, I encourage you to build on those changes with more and more books that open your minds to worlds that you have never experienced directly, and that deepen your understanding of people you love. My second suggestion builds on an idea that has been well described by Professor Paul Romer, who taught GPS at NYU Shanghai back in 2013 and went on to win the Nobel Prize in Economics. 5 years ago, Professor Romer wrote a blog post in which he talked about the difference between complacent optimism, believing that good things will happen even if you don't do anything, and conditional optimism, believing that if you do the work, then good things can happen. The blog post was about climate change, and Professor Romer argued that the right kinds of social policies can motivate people to do the work, to innovate in ways that are beneficial instead of harmful. But I think his discussion of the power of conditional optimism suggests a useful attitude towards all of life. It reminds us that we have the agency to innovate, and it reinforces the hope that our innovation can be a force for good. Conditional optimism is, after all, the attitude that leads scientists to keep discovering cures for deadly diseases. Conditional optimism is, after all, the attitude that leads diplomats to help very different countries to cooperate and benefit together, even when their interests are in some ways competitive with one another. Conditional optimism is, after all, the attitude that leads societies to believe that we will be able to use generative AI as a tool for creativity and innovation, and we will be able to develop the social institutions we need to protect our societies against the harms that could ensue if people abuse such a powerful tool. Members of the class of 2023 at NYU Shanghai, as you embark on lives of worth and purpose, lives of service to a world that desperately needs you, let me conclude by sharing a few hopes that we, your teachers, hold for you. May you enjoy the special pleasures of craft, the private satisfaction of doing a task as well as it can be done. May you enjoy the special pleasures of profession, the added satisfaction of knowing that your efforts promote a larger public good. May you be blessed with good luck and also with the wisdom to appreciate when you have been lucky rather than skillful. May you find ways to help others under circumstances where they cannot possibly know that you have done so. May you be patient and gentle and tolerant without becoming smug, self-satisfied, or arrogant. May you always be able to confess ignorance, doubt, vulnerability, and uncertainty. May you build long and loving relationships with people whom you respect, people who might suggest a good book for you to read. May you know enough bad weather like this morning that you never take sunshine for granted, and enough good weather that your faith in the coming of spring is never shaken. May you be able to travel frequently beyond the places that are comfortable and familiar, so that your appreciation for the miraculous diversity of life grows ever stronger. And may your steps lead you often back to Shanghai, back to Pudong, back to the New Bund, for you will always be members of the NYU Shanghai family, and we will always be happy to welcome you home. Congratulations. The Chancellor's Medal of Honor recognizes the achievements of people who have worked to promote the values that our university cherishes. We are proud to be able to present the Chancellor's Medal of Honor to Ambassador Cui Tiankai. Ambassador Cui received the kind of higher education that we celebrate at our university. Here in China, he studied at what is now called East China Normal University and also at what is now called Beijing Foreign Studies University. In the United States, he earned a master's degree from the Johns Hopkins University. Throughout his extraordinary career, Ambassador Cui used his education to serve as an effective bridge between China and the rest of the world. Among his many postings, he served as Minister Counselor at the United Nations, as Vice Foreign Minister, as China's Ambassador to Japan, and from 2013 until 2021, as China's Ambassador to the United States. I now invite Chancellor Tong to present this year's Chancellor's Medal of Honor to Ambassador Cui Tiankai.
Thank you very much, Chancellor Tong and Vice Chancellor Lemon. 各位同学、各位老师、各位家长，首先我要说明一下，今天我要用中文开始我的讲话。因为上海是我的出生地，我想用我母亲教我的语言开始讲话是比较合适的。 当然，后面 I will switch to English 。今天非常荣幸能够到上海纽约大学来参加这样一个隆重毕业典礼。对我来说，今天能够来是双重的荣幸，因为我的本科 undergraduate 是在上海师大念的，当时跟华东师大是一个学校。我的研究生是在华东师大念的。 然后纽约是我去过的第一个外国城市。I used to look at NYU with great awe。所以这对我来说是双重的荣幸，同时又觉得特别有压力，因为我一直是作为学生去参加毕业典礼，从来没有作为讲话的嘉宾参加毕业典礼。所以童校长跟我联系的时候，我的第一反应就是 I'm awed， 诚惶诚恐。 但是我刚才特别感慨的是，在我们这仪式开始的时候，听到了中美两国的国歌先后奏响。这是我从离开大使馆以后第一次听到中美两国的国歌在一起奏响。 这证明我们两国在一起做正确的事情，做建设性的事情。我希望这能够成为一种常态，而不是例外。今天我来参加这个毕业典礼，其实我首先想到的不是当年我毕业的时候，而是当年我入校的时候，作为新生 as freshman 踏进大学的时候。因为可能跟各位同学现在不一样，我们当时中学还没有毕业就到农村去了，当时叫上山下乡。我在黑龙江，当时的中国和苏联边界当了5年半农民，然后才回来上的大学。那是个很特殊的年代，本来应该是在课堂里念书的，但是却去了农村这个广阔的天地。当然对那一段历史已经有了定论了，但是对我自己来说，那5年多在农村这个所谓社会大学的经历，尽管也吃了苦受了累，对我的人生带来了很多的教益。首先在农村学会了干农活，我们那时候种小麦，种水稻，也种大豆。那时候中国还没有从美国进口那么多大豆，种的是中国自己的大豆品种，当然也不是转基因的。我在农村学会了开拖拉机，那是我的第一个驾驶执照。在农村也懂得了要爱惜粮食，改掉了我们城市小孩很容易养成的挑食的毛病。当然最重要的，了解了中国的农村，中国的农民，也体验到了贫困。农村这几年对于我以后深刻认识国家的发展、民族的兴衰、人民的向往打下了很好的基础。这些在课堂里可能是学不到的，所以这几年我们国家实现了脱贫攻坚的目标，我觉得特别来之不易，意义也特别重大。记得2015年9月份，习近平主席到美国进行国事访问，他在西雅图发表了一个重要的演讲。他讲到当年他也是作为知识青年，在陕北的梁家河看到了老百姓的贫苦生活，他就下定决心，将来要带领人民群众摆脱贫困，过上美好的生活。习主席讲的这个故事，当时打动了在场的所有的中美双方人士。我当时听了，也特别有共鸣，因为我觉得他讲的就是我们这一代人的人生，我们这一代人的心愿和使命。所以应该感谢我在农村的岁月，让我能够懂得这一切。所以我今天要跟大家分享的第一点就是，我们是生活在一个文化丰富多元的世界上，但是我们首先要懂得深入了解自己的国家、自己的民族、自己的人民、自己的文化，这是我们的根所在，根深才能叶茂。在这个基础上，我们当然要以开放的心态去学习了解不同的文化、不同的国家。Now let me try to switch to English. My second point is the openness and the curiosity to learn and appreciate other cultures, different cultures. I have been lucky in my life. I was a United Nations employee for a few years and was a diplomat for about 4 decades and was an international student in America for a couple of years. And I lived and worked in both the United States and Japan for almost 16 years. And during my career, I visited dozens of countries. That gave me the opportunity to be exposed to different culture and broaden my horizon. In particular, my days as a student in America made a special impact on my life and on my career. My major was international relations, so I took a few courses about the early history of America, including its foreign policy, how people left the old continent, came to the new world, how they dealt with the European powers, Britain, France, and others. So I was very much impressed by the strong will and pioneering spirit of the early American settlers. But also from these courses, I learned a lot about the fate of the American Indians. Then I came to realize how ugly and bloody these early years were for the American Indians. I also took a number of courses on American foreign policy, the evolution of American foreign policy. Generally speaking, there are two different schools, isolationism and interventionism. When I go deep into American history, culture, and religion, I realize that these two schools, isolationism and interventionism, they are both opposed to each other and related to each other. Perhaps we can trace both back to American exceptionalism. Of course, I spend most time studying American policy toward China. I acquired a clearer and more sophisticated understanding of what the so-called open door policy actually meant. And I was fascinated by two groups of Americans, merchants and missionaries, the role they played and the interests they represented in US policy towards China. Of course, I also read a lot about the days when our two countries were fighting against fascism together in the Second World War. Today's China-US relations are very different from then, but we still can see the legacies. And as a student, I have the opportunity to make friends with my fellow American students. I really like them very much. They are so hardworking, innovative, and independent. They even taught me how to accomplish the impossible task of finishing the reading list our professors gave us every week. Of course, when we study or work in a different country, we must go outside of classroom or office building to try to get in touch with the real people as much as possible and see as many places as possible. I have been to close to 40 states in the United States. If it not were for COVID and the new restrictions on Chinese diplomats, I could have visited all the 50 states. When I first arrived in New York City, people told me, New York City is not America. Then I moved on to Washington, D.C. Again, people told me, Washington, D.C. is not America. So I was rather puzzled. If New York City and Washington, D.C. are not America, then what is America? Then later on, I visited more states, more American states, more American cities, towns, and met with more communities. I had meetings with business leaders as well as blue-collar workers. I met with professors and scholars in universities and think tanks. I also had meetings with farmers in Iowa, ranchers in Montana. I get in touch with many average Americans, as well as so many politicians, maybe too many politicians. Then I came to realize Important and special as New York City and Washington, D.C. are to America, America, the country, is certainly much bigger and more diversified. So today, I'm still observing what is happening in America, trying to understand real America and real Americans, not only the political drama every day, but also the more fundamental forces at work. Try to recognize the dynamism and resilience of the country, as well as the weaknesses and constraints. Try to understand what has united people of different ethnic cultural origins together in the United States, and what is dividing them today. I believe what is important is to reject any bias and preconception, and do not jump to conclusions. We should be open to observe, to learn, to understand, and to appreciate. And we should be ready to adjust and correct ourselves. And in the same spirit, I would strongly recommend that our international students here make best use of your time at NYU Shanghai to have a better understanding of China, its history, its culture, the society, and the people. Of course, China is a big country like the United States. There are different places. But you are lucky that NYU Shanghai is located in Shanghai. Shanghai is a very special, very unique city. It played an important role in contemporary Chinese history. I guess you may have all been to the site where the Chinese Communist Party was founded, and the wonderful place Xintiandi next door to it, in the same style of Shanghai traditional architecture. Now, if you look at the names of the streets around that place, you see all the names related to Chinese revolutionary history. Xinye Lu, Fuxin Lu, Jianguo Lu, Huaihai Lu, Ruijin Lu, and so on and so forth. But before New China was founded, most of the streets had foreign names, because that part of Shanghai used to be the French concession. And there were other concessions, British, American, and Japanese. The Chinese government then had no jurisdiction over these places. There's a term for this, extraterritoriality. And you must have all been to the Bund to see all the historic buildings. At the time, Shanghai got a name, Paradise for Adventurers, but it was not paradise for the local people in Shanghai. It was not paradise for the Chinese. Of course, today, everything has changed. Now it's all part of New Shanghai. And if you look at what is happening in Pudong, where we are, it's really amazing. So, the two sides of the Huangpu River embodies an important part of contemporary Chinese history. Of course, if you have a good understanding of history, you could have a good understanding of why people in China attach paramount importance to sovereignty, territorial integrity, and national unity. Shanghai today is a very international city. In Pudong, in both sides of Shanghai, you have foreign companies, foreigners living here, and in Pudong, you even have the Disney Resort, and most importantly, you have NYU Shanghai located in Pudong, and congratulations on your new campus. But the difference is that in today's Shanghai, today's China, people are the masters of their own land. That's why they could, with pride and open arms, welcome friends from all over the world. Whether you come as a tourist, as business people, as educators, or as diplomats, or as international students. So if we have a good understanding of this history, we could have a better understanding why China stands for equality and mutual benefit among all countries in the world, including between China and the United States. But in addition to all these visible and material things, there are important concepts and principles in the Chinese culture that are deep in the Chinese DNA. I hope that we would also have a very careful look. And last October, during the 20th Party Congress, President Xi Jinping made reference to some of these concepts. And he used 10 set phrases, each with 4 Chinese characters. Before I came here, I checked with the official translation, but I don't think translation could do full justice to the original language, because the original Chinese expressions are so expressive, so vivid, and so inspiring. So please allow me to quote President Xi in Chinese. I apologize to the interpreters. 习近平主席在20大报告中提到这样一些中国的理念：天下为公，民为邦本，为政以德，革故鼎新，任人唯贤，天人合一，自强不息，厚德载物，讲信修睦，亲仁善邻。他认为这是中国人民的宇宙观、天地观、社会观、道德观的重要体现。So the president believed this is the Chinese people's way of viewing the universe, the world, the society, and morality. So a good understanding of these values, of these concepts and principles, will help us to understand why China has chosen its development path, why China is pursuing Chinese modernization, and why China on the global stage is advocating building a community of nations with a shared future. And in order to do all this, we also have to reject bias, preconceptions. We also need an open mind. Cross-cultural study will help us to have a better understanding of the past and the present, both of our own culture and others. But our goal should be to build a better and common future together. And that will be my last point, different cultures for a shared future. Of course, this is a very big subject. I will only touch upon 2 points. First, in today's world, can different cultures still live together in peace, learn from each other, and build a future together? We are living in a really interesting time. Technically speaking, people are better able to connect with each other. It has never been easier for people to get connected with each other than before. But the reality is, the world seems to be more divided. The divisions are not between countries, but also within some countries. The wealth gap, the ethnic problems, the polarization of politics, and what they call identity politics. So can we still hope and work for a common future together? I think the answer is yes. It's not only a hope, but a must. First, the humanity is faced with a number of common challenges, regardless of culture, race, political system, or ideology. We are confronted with climate change, infectious disease, natural disasters, and a growing number of other global challenges. No country can handle all this single-handedly. And no country can expect to enjoy stability and prosperity while the rest of the world is in chaos. Number two, people in all countries have similar dreams, similar aspirations for their future, regardless of culture, race, political system, or ideology. People would like to have stability, prosperity, good jobs, better environment, better care for the aged, better future for the young. These dreams are shared by people all over the world and could and should be accomplished together. Last but not least, there are still common values shared by the entire humanity, regardless of culture, race, political system, or ideology. These values are peace, development, fairness, justice, democracy, and freedom. The problem today is that there are too many attempts to incite ideological confrontation and set up opposing camps. There's too much advocacy for zero-sum competition among countries. I think we should reject all this. We have to recognize that these shared values are what has brought us together in the global community, and they are the real driving force for human progress. And in this regard, I would recommend a careful reading of the Global Civilization Initiative put forward by President Xi Jinping earlier this year. The second point I want to make is technology, especially AI and cross-cultural learning. I have to confess I'm a layman. I'm not like many of you. I don't understand too much science and technology. But I think we are witnessing amazing progress of technology, especially things like artificial intelligence, and we benefit a great deal from it. It has made our life better, our learning easier, hopefully. And the potential of AI cannot be overestimated. In many ways, it is a game changer. And despite all the uncertainties, I'm quite optimistic about the new opportunities opened up by technology. I believe we should all welcome it, learn more about it, and try to utilize it better. At the same time, technology like AI could be a wonderful tool for our mastery of knowledge, but they are not the master of our life. So I can show you, I did not write my notes with ChatGPT. Hopefully you will not write your papers with it. AI could help us to process and analyze data so that we can learn more and learn faster. But we still have to use our own brain to judge, to understand, and to appreciate. Algorithms may work more efficiently and effectively than our head, but no technology can ever substitute for our heart. There's a clear distinction between being programmed and being civilized. The better angels are always inside ourselves, not hiding in any robot. So my suggestion is that we should make best use of all the tools of technology. It would be foolish to be afraid of them. But we should still try to learn, understand, and appreciate our own culture and other cultures conscientiously and wholeheartedly. Engage in cross-cultural exchanges with an open mind and with real people. Today, I understand commencement is a very important juncture for the graduating students. It is a symbol of your success at NYU Shanghai, and it is also a starting point of a new journey in your life. So let me congratulate you all and salute you all. Many years ago, when I was doing my graduate study at East China Normal University, the first American movie I saw was The Sound of Music. I guess many of you may be familiar with that. It was a beautiful movie with beautiful music and very touching story. So let me try to borrow a few lines from the lyrics of that movie to express my best wishes to you. And these lines are very encouraging and positive. They go like this: climb every mountain, ford every stream, follow every rainbow, till you find your dream. So I'm sure, starting from NYU Shanghai, you will start a new journey. You will climb all the mountains ahead. You'll be bold in your dreams, and you will make persistent efforts till you find your dreams. So let me wish you that all your dreams will come true. You will build a better future, not for yourselves, but for the rest of the world. Thank you very much.
谢谢崔天凯先生的发言。And now, I'm pleased to announce the presentation of our candidates for degrees. It is my honor to introduce to you Professor Maria Montoya, Dean of Arts and Sciences, Professor Olivia Marin, on behalf of Keith Ross, Dean of Engineering, Computer Science and Data Science. Professor Chen Yuxin, Dean of Business, and Dean David Pei for the NYU Study Away Site program. They will present the candidates for their bachelor degrees.
Class of 23, you ready? Woo! Chancellor Tong, Vice Chancellor Lehman, Provost Whaley Cohen, and President Hamilton, I am pleased to present to you the 195 candidates for bachelor's degrees in arts and sciences at NYU Shanghai. Stephanie Anderson. Finn Moritz Bader. Tyler Besselman. Leah Rudha Bien. Sheila Brito. Kiara Amy Burlamachi. Tsai Yu-yang. Zhao Yi-yer. Zhao Qingchen. Caitlin Jade Chan. Oh, it's a big one. Alan Lechung Chow. Chen Shi. Chen Yijia. Up there? He's over there. Chen Kuntian. Okay. Chen Ming Ming. The photographer. Do you see him over there? Do you see the photographers over there? Okay. Wave to your parents. Yuming Chen. Hi, Alex. Alex Chung. Carter Sky Christensen. Abigail Elizabeth Clark. Joseph Krosky. William Matthew Dreesen. Yuntong Hazel Dai. Dong Shuwen. Oh, I love that. Jian Mia Fan. Fan Shicheng. Feng Boning. Catherine Flanagan. Nicola Guy Dushova. Donato Aramis Gonzalez. Gu Kunan. Gua Hongping. Jack Howe. Ingrid Yuying He. William John Howard. Hu Iwen. Ricardo Hu. Wang Ruin Ming. Zhe Jeha Wanglin. Ji Junyi. Rebecca Jiang. Jin Yinu. Nicole Stephanie Kim. Grant Asher Kind. Samuel Ross King. Hong Lai. Lee Dunn. Lee Pinyi. Ife Fei Lee. Li Xinyu. Liang Qi. Liang Jiayi. Hong Quan Liu. Liu Ling Xuan. Xinyu Carrot Liu. Liu Xinhao. Liu Yutong. Liu Zhishan. Ma Zhenyu. Yuhan Liu. Ariana Lopez. Lu Yi Wei. Lu Yinyin. Jessica Liu. Lu Shan. Ninad Mukherjee. Julian Nelson Roundtree. Ni Juling. Hannah Leah Owen. Chonyoung Park. Peng Qingyu. Peyton Elise Plale. Chiao Lanchuan. Luna Radonyanin. Megan Elizabeth C. Soon Yunja. Giara Shah. Xiao Zhihan. Eric Shen. Shun Yang. Sheng Kushin. Brandon Shi. Jamin Shi. Shi Wonyan. Leo Gregor Zalecki Shirky. Erin Colleen Smith. Pasan Tung Churikutsin Wong. Is it okay? Pon Priya Tiwa Mon Sharon. pretty close. Thank you. Shinran Tong. Cleon Tron. Dylan Alexander Wagner. Wang Jialin. Wang Qiaoyi. Wang Yue. William Wang. Rainey Yuni Wang.
Go right there.
Thank you. Wang Zhiyang. Penny Wang. Wei Yanqing. Wu Siyao. Xiao Shuying. Jingchen Natasha Xiao. Ning Max Shin. Xu Jinghao. Xu Shenghao. Haunan Carl Xu. Sharon Yan. Yan Zhiqi. Yang Yutian. Yang Zuying. Lily Yao. Karen Yim. Johnny Yu. John Tianqi. Florence Yukun Zhang. Zhang Chuqing. Zhang Li. Shilin Leaf Zhang. Unxin Zoe Zhang. Zhang Yanyao. Zhang Yijun. Zhang Diyin. Yachi Carrie Zhang. Carol Lee Zhang. Zhang Reiku. Zhao Hongyi. Kevin Zhao. Jing Yu. Zheng Shishun. Zheng Yuhong. Zhao Yanxing. Zhao Danyang. Johnny. Zhu Yicheng. Zhu Qianyu. Freya Zhuang. Now, please join me in recognizing our candidates joining remotely. Screen.
Chancellor Tong, Vice Chancellor Lehman, Provost Whaley-Cohen, and President Hamilton, I am pleased to present to you the 76 candidates for bachelor degrees in engineering, computer science, and data science. Ariana Teresa Alvarez. Star Chen. Chen Panu. Neil Chanulal. Chuni Alice Chu. Adi Belunani. Feng Junyan. Gong Yichen. Aline Grobis. Guo Lei. Alan Guo. Guo Xingyu. Dennis Hu. Daisy Huyn. Jin Jiao. Jin Tian. Li Hongyang. Haozhui Harry Li. Li Jialin. Ian Liao. Liu Haoming. Lu Yumeng. Lu Xiaochen. Miao Zhuochen. Mo Ziming. Ni Shangyuan. Ni Jiasheng. Momoe Nomoto. Peng Haohai. Qi Wenbin. Qian Hengkai. Ryan Reza. Sagar Rizal. Shang Tang. Sun Yu Qian. Tang Qianyue. Wang Yi. Zicheng Victor Wang. Wang Jinhua. Wang Anshan. Wang Yuhong. Wang Yuting. Wang Penghao. Riley K. Witt. Wu Ming Xuan. Summer Xiao. Xiao Hankun. Xie Xintong. Shu Zhan. Muyang Melissa Shu. Xue Ruiqi. Yang Mingrui. Shijiao Joshua Yang. Phyllis Yang. Scott Ye. Billy Yi Li. Sylvie Yu Li Fan. Zhang Chengyu. Changgang Zhang. Zhang Zhenwen. Zhang Yumeng. Zhao Tianchen. Zhao Jingyi. Zhou Yuqian. Zhou Yijin. Zhu Hongjin. Apologies. Please join in recognizing our candidates joining us remotely.
Chancellor Tong, Vice Chancellor Lehman, Provost Willie Cohen, and President Hamilton, I'm pleased to present to you the 120 candidates for bachelor degrees in business. Chen Clarence Chai. Mia Alexius Barkney. Daniel M. Cashdan. Chen Ketong. William Chen. Diana Chen. Chen Yanqi. Ryan Kyler Chen. Stella Juwen Choi. Alexandra De Grancy. Fan Wei Hao. Gu Jiayi. Guan Xiaoyi. Ziqing Gloria Guo. Edward Guo. Justin Han. Jin He. Thank you. Jared Horan. Hu Xiaopei. Yan Alan Huang. Huang Yuying. Nicholas Alexandra Jarrett. Niu Lai Jiang. Edward Liang Jing. Rock Bruce Jones. Eliza Kennedy. Min Soo Kim. Justin Lau. Li Jiawen. Liu Yujing. Wesley Liu. Liu Siyuan. Justin Lavro. Lu Qinglan. Lu Hongyu. Lü Xin. Mao Jiayi. Mao Kaixin. Min Jie. Andrew Dylan Niedermeyer. Pen Chen. Qi Yuxin. Gerard Romero. Kate Sahachan Rangguang. Shen Hao. Chanel Shen. Shi Yitao. Carol May Tobiano Sinfago. Cecilia Sun. Taffy Shiran Tan. Jessie Tao. Tenling Tan Ke Tan. Tian Xiaorong. Hugo Huang. Wang Siru. Wang Yibing. Wang Qiwen. Wang Zhuoran. Wang Yuecheng. Wang Zijian. Wang Menting. Cynthia Wang. Wei Chunze. Wei Jiankun. Valeria Wang Chum. Wu Yuyang. Wu Xingjian. Xu Yuepei. Xu Xiaoying. Leonardo Ye.翟天成。郑宇 Ignace 张。张牧阳。Alice 张。Catherine 于洋张。张燕琪。赵海宇。张雅文。郑雅文。郑金怡。周逸云。周末。周安逸。周新义。朱月新。周佳。Please join in recognizing our candidates joining us remotely.
Chancellor Tong, Vice Chancellor Lehman, Provost Whaley Cohen, President Hamilton. It's my great pleasure to present to you 5 candidates from New York's campus. Fan Feiyang. Helvin Shi. Chen Yixing. Angela Zhen. And our last candidate, Haley Long.
So I think that you two go forward.
You're first. Okay. Start here. Okay. 上海纽约大学2023届学生，你们顺利完成了上海纽约大学本科专业的培养计划，经校学位委员会审议，授予你们学士学位。
NYU Shanghai, members of the class of 2023, would you please rise? Through your successful efforts, as certified by the recommendations of your Chancellor and Vice-Chancellor, you deserve to receive this hallmark of New York University. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees, I admit you to the degrees and certificates for which you have been recommended. It is now official. You are NYU graduates. Congratulations, everyone.
Please be seated. Since 1911, New York University has embraced as its symbol of intellectual illumination the NYU torch. Our first class of graduates at NYU Shanghai, the class of 2017, designed a special torch for NYU Shanghai. Reflecting our special double identity, the NYU Shanghai torch incorporates elements of the New York University torch together with elements from China's cultural heritage. The NYU commencement ceremonies in New York have, since 1938, featured a special moment when the NYU torch is passed from one member of the community to another, and we have incorporated such a moment into our own ceremonies as well. A member of the graduating class passes the NYU Shanghai torch to a member of the next class, reflecting the passing of their legacy of leadership to the students who will succeed them as seniors next year. I now call upon Ariana Teresa Alvarez from the class of 2023 to pass the NYU Shanghai. Yes, Ariana. She will pass the NYU Shanghai torch to Li Pei Rong from the class of 2024. And now it is time for the singing of the NYU Shanghai alma mater. This memorable song was composed by Jeremy Hissong, Runjoing Choice Tan, and Professor Diana Heldman to celebrate our special cross-cultural identity. You will find the lyrics on page 62 in your commencement program. We will be led in the alma mater by the NYU Shanghai Chorale under the direction of Professor Catherine Gervin.
点亮战争，为光照
上海纽约大学2023届本科生毕业典礼到此结束，谢谢大家。
This concludes the NYU Shanghai 2023 commencement ceremonies. Thank you all for joining us on this historic occasion. Okay.
女士们、先生们，感谢您的参与，请将耳机归还到音乐厅外的耳机领取处，非常感谢。
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your participation in NYU Shanghai's 2023 commencement ceremony. Please return the headsets to the pickup station in the lobby. Thank you.